Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dig into a really simple story to uncover a powerful truth, all about how kindness really works. This quote right here, it perfectly captures a simple but honestly profound idea. Kindness is never wasted. And we're about to see exactly how this plays out through the story of a little elephant named Golu, who happens to have a very big heart. So, this brings us to the big question we're exploring today. Is a small act of kindness ever truly small? I want you to keep that in the back of your mind as we follow the incredible ripple effects of what seems like one elephant's small choices.
Okay, so let's dive right in. Section 1, A Kind Heart. And pay attention to that subtitle, Establishing the Archetype of Kindness. Because that's a huge clue, right? We're not just meeting some random character. We're basically meeting the very idea of kindness itself, just in elephant form.
All right, so here he is. Meet Golu. And the story makes it super clear. He's not the biggest elephant, he's not the strongest. Nope. The one thing everyone in the jungle knows him for is his kind heart. You could almost say it's his personal brand. He's that kind elephant. And look, this wasn't some one-time thing. It wasn't just a random good deed here and there. This was his daily routine. Helping birds get to high branches, sharing water, just greeting his friends. These little things, done over and over again, built his reputation. It wasn't just what he did, it was fundamentally who he was. Okay, so now things get interesting. Let's jump to section 2. Because now that kindness we've been talking about, it's about to be put to the test. This is the test of kindness, an unconditional act of help. And this right here, this is the moment that changes everything. Golu's just minding his own business when he hears this tiny, desperate voice. It's a little rabbit. And for a creature that small, a fallen tree isn't just an inconvenience. It's like a giant wall, an impossible obstacle. So what does Golu do? His reaction is just immediate. There's zero hesitation. He doesn't stop and think, what's in it for me? He just sees a problem and boom, he solves it. For an elephant like Golu, it's a simple push. But for that rabbit, it's absolutely life-changing. And this is a textbook example of what we're talking about. Unconditional kindness. He didn't do a cost-benefit analysis. He just helped. You can almost think of it like this. He just made a pure, simple investment of kindness into the social fabric of his community. No strings attached. All right, brace yourselves, because the story is about to take a really dramatic turn. Section 3. The Fall of a Giant. And that subtitle says it all, When the Strong Need Help. This is where we see just how fast the tables can turn. And just like that, disaster strikes. You've got heavy rain, slippery mud, and suddenly, Golu, our strong, helpful Golu, slips and falls into a deep pit. He's trapped, totally helpless. It's such a powerful reversal, isn't it? The one who is always giving help is now the one who desperately needs it. And listen to this. His cry for help is almost a perfect echo of the rabbit's cry from earlier. But this time, it's Golu's voice, and it's filled with desperation. He's stuck, and for the very first time, his own strength is completely useless. So how does the community react? Well, the bigger animals, the ones you'd expect to jump in and help, they're totally paralyzed. All they can see are the problems. The pit's too deep. He's way too heavy. They're just frozen by fear and hesitation, completely convinced the problem is too big to solve. But this is the turning point of our story. Section 4, A Debt Repaid. Kindness reciprocated. Because the hero who's about to step up is the very last one you'd ever expect. The little rabbit hears Golu's cry. And this is the absolute key detail here. He acts without fear. Think about that. While all the big, strong animals are standing around hesitating, this tiny little creature, the one who received that simple act of kindness, doesn't even think twice. He just runs to help. And the way the rescue happens is just incredible. The rabbit knows he can't do it alone. He's not trying to be a solo hero. Instead, his gratitude becomes a catalyst. He rallies everyone. Else, they get organized, gather vines to use as ropes, and start working together as a team. And together, they pull Golu to safety. That one small voice, driven by gratitude, mobilized an entire community that was frozen in fear just moments before. So what's the big takeaway here? What's the so what? Well, in our final section, the kindness payoff,
We're going to break down the true ripple effect of that one small act. And what Golu says to the rabbit afterwards just hits the nail on the head. You are small, but your heart is very big. I mean, that's the whole theme of the story right there, isn't it? It's such a powerful reminder that real impact comes from character and courage, not from physical size or strength. And this comparison just drives the point home. The initial investment, it was tiny, one elephant helping one rabbit. But the return on that kindness was massive, an entire community uniting to save him. It's an incredible, disproportionate payoff, all stemming from that one unconditional act. You know, the resolution of the story isn't just that Golu was saved. It's about a fundamental cultural shift in the jungle. It became a happier, more cooperative place because everyone learned to help one another. That single act of kindness and the way it was returned created an entirely new social norm. And that brings us right back to where we started. Golu's story proves that no act of kindness is ever truly small because you can never predict the scale of its return. So it leaves us with one final thought. What small act of kindness could you invest in the world today?